Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming my K-pop album collection. Before I get started, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about my K-pop collection. So as you guys know, my ults are EXO, and so right now I am focusing on collecting all of their albums. So since I'm focusing on collecting all of their albums, I'm not really focused on collecting OT9 photo cards yet, but that is something that I want to do once I have collected all of their albums. And by all of their albums, this includes soloist, subunits, and group albums. And as you guys know, my second ults are Astro as well, and I do want to collect them fully as well, even though I have a feeling Astro may be a little bit harder just because a few of their albums are out of print already. But it is something that I want to do eventually as well. So my goal is to completely collect all EXO albums and then begin to collect OT9 photo cards as I also collect Astro albums. From there on, there are other groups that I may consider collecting, but I won't be collecting them fully as I do Astro and EXO, because there are other groups that I am starting to get interested in and I would like to collect moving forward, but I probably won't go back for those groups. So some of these groups are like 17. I've recently started to get into them a lot, as well as SHINee. I've started to listen to their music as well, and I'm really liking it, and I may potentially begin to collect them moving forward, but I won't be collecting them as fully as I do EXO and Astro. My K-pop collection is not that big. I only started collecting a few months ago, so I don't have that many albums yet, but it's all a process and it'll all take time, and yeah, I'll be sharing my process with you guys. Okay, so that was enough rambling. Now we can start. I will start with Astro. I know that I said that I'm technically not collecting them yet, but I do have their Dream Part 1 album. This is their 4th mini album, and the reason that I have this is because I found a seller on Instagram. They were getting rid of their Astro collection, I believe, and they were selling both versions of this album. And so my sister, who also ults Astro, she got the night version, I got the day version, which is this one. And so I kind of made an exception just because it was not a bad price and it was in good condition and it came with photo cards and everything. But yeah, so this is the only Astro album that I have, but hopefully soon I'll be able to get a few more. Okay, so this is where we start with my EXO collection. I do have their debut album, Mama. I have the EXO M and the EXO K version. I got these off of Mercari, and actually these don't come with the CD, but the reason that I got them was because they were in a listing with a few other things, as well as 2 photo cards that I really wanted, because currently the only photo cards that I am collecting fully is the XOXO, like their yearbook photo cards. I am collecting OT12 for that, and so this listing had Lay and Chen's XOXO photo card, so that's why I bought them. Even though it didn't have the CDs, they were a really good price. So I do eventually want to get this album again, but with the actual CD, but that'll happen eventually. I do also have the EXO K and EXO M version of XOXO. This was also in that listing that I talked about, so it also does not have the CD, but that listing again was just a really good price, and I mainly got it for the photo cards. But yeah, eventually I would like to go back and collect this album as well, with the actual CDs. Then I also have EXO's Universe, which was my favorite EXO album for the longest time. I think now Obsession has kind of become my favorite album, but I did buy this unsealed from Mercari. It did come with a Chanyeol PC. Also, by the way, I will be showing all of my PCs that I have accumulated towards the end of the video. But yeah, I bought this unsealed. I really don't have a problem with buying unsealed albums if they're in good condition and if they're like older albums. But yeah, if I see an unsealed album that comes with the PC and is in good condition at a good price, that's mainly whenever I like get a new album. The newer albums, I do like to buy them sealed, but yeah, I got this one on Mercari and it was a really good price. Next, I do have all versions of Don't Mess Up My Tempo, and this is the Vivace. It's the special version. I actually have 2 of those, but these are the regular versions. I believe this is the Andante. I really don't know which version is which. I just know that these 3 are the regular versions. Like, it's not printed on the album, so I don't really remember. I just know it's the Andante, Moderato, and Allegro version. I think this might be the Moderato version, but I'm really not sure. So yeah, this is their 5th album, and it's also one of my top albums. Though I honestly can say that about every EXO album. And these actually create like this special racetrack thing on the back. So yeah, this is what it looks like when you put it together. So it kind of just completes the racetrack. I did buy all of these albums brand new. And so the reason that I have 2 of the Vivace version is because I got my first copy because it was on sale with free shipping, and so I got the Vivace version before I got those 3, and then I ended up buying these 3, and the deal was buy 3 get the Vivace version free, and so I ended up getting another copy of the Vivace version, and I was going to sell it, but then I just decided to keep it because I pulled Lay. And Lay is just kind of a hard member to pull just because he's not even in all of the albums. So I just decided to keep both versions. Anyway, just because I do find that selling unsealed albums without the PC is just kind of hard. So I just decided to keep all copies. And then we do have their most recent album, which is Obsession. Actually, this was the first EXO album I ever bought. I did buy it brand new. All of these were bought brand new. And it was the XXO version. I ordered it from Amazon, and they sent you like the random version, and I ended up getting XXO version. And Taeyeon was actually the first photo card I ever pulled with his XXO photo card, which you guys will see here in a little bit. But yeah, and then I later on got the EXO version, which I think I like the EXO version a bit more than I do the XXO version, but I really just love the whole concept of this album. Also, I really like Chen's permed hair. I think it was such a look. And then I do also have the Obsession version, which has a like the photo book is both XXO and EXO. And so yeah, these are my Obsession copies. So that is all that I have for EXO group albums. Now we will start with Soloist Albums. So if you guys saw my Christmas haul, you guys would have seen these. I got these for Christmas 2020, and these are Chen's albums. This is a flower version of April into Flower. And I also have Dear version of Dear My Dear. Chen's soloist music is like Chen's and Suho soloist music are my favorites, so I'm really happy to have these. One version of each of his mini albums. And then I also do have 2/4 of Taeyeon's Delight albums. I also got these for Christmas, and if you guys saw my Christmas haul, I kept referring to the chemistry version as the mint version, and this is a cinnamon version, but I think I kept doing that because the inclusions that I got in the chemistry version, the photo card had the mint back, and that confused me because I didn't know that the inclusions were like randomized throughout all versions. I thought that I would get like the specific version inclusions, if that makes sense, and so it threw me off. But basically this is the chemistry version. But yeah, I have 2/4. I am still missing the honey version and the mint version, but I'm really happy to have these 2. That's such a good album. My favorite song on this album is Bungee, but I also really love Love Again, but Candy is such a bop. So honestly, it's very hard for me to pick out like my favorite song in the albums, because then I just start naming like half of the songs on it. But yeah, these are my Delight albums. Then I also have Suho's Self-Portrait. This is the Archive 1 version. I also got this for Christmas. And I really love this album. I love everything he did with it. Like, the concept is so good. And O2 is my favorite song on the album. It is such a top tier song. Like, this whole album is such a masterpiece, to be honest. But yeah, I am missing Archive 2 version, and I'm really happy to have this one. It's just so pretty, like the art and everything. Like, it's just such a good and pretty album. Like, not even just the music is like top tier, but the way that the album looks, like everything he did with it, like it's just so beautiful. So yeah. And then I do have 2/3 of 1 billion views. I am missing the Paradise version, which is like the group version, but I do have Park View, which is Chanyeol's version, and I have Ocean View, which is Sehun's version. This one I got for Christmas, and yeah, I think my sister picked this one because Chanyeol is my bias. And I really love this album. I love all of the songs on it, but I think my favorites are Rodeo Station, Jet Lag, and I really like Nothing and On Me because they're like they're solo songs on the album. And then I did purchase this sealed from a seller in Canada. It came with all photo cards. It was like brand new and sealed. I was just not buying it straight from the store, but it was a really good price. And yeah, I'm really glad to have this, and hopefully I will be able to finish this one off soon by getting the Paradise version. So that was all for albums. So again, I don't have that many, but my collection is growing, so hopefully soon I will have a few more. But now I'm going to move into my photo card collection. I'll just be quickly showing you guys all of these and like talking about where I got them or where I pulled them. And yeah, so starting with my Exo collection. So I do have Kai's Mama. This is the version B, I believe, and I actually got this photo card whenever I bought this one, and then Chen's XOXO PC whenever I bought these with the Mama albums and the XOXO albums. They actually included this card, and yeah, this is an original official Korean press PC, so that was really like nice for me to get because I wasn't even expecting it. So yeah, I'm really happy to have Kai's card. It's so cute. Also, the way that I have my binder set up, it's for every album except XOXO, because like I said, I am collecting OT12 for that one right now. But for every album, I just have slots in for like the album that I plan to get and the cards that I would be pulling from that album. But yeah, I do also have Lay's XOXO card, as well as Chen's, which I purchased along with that one, Chanyeol's, which I purchased from a Canadian seller, and Sehun's, which I purchased from a seller in Puerto Rico. And I am currently talking to someone about purchasing Chris and Luhan's from them, so hopefully I will soon have those, and then I'll be halfway done with my XOXO cards. I do have Schumann's Exodus, and the reason that I have that one is because I was talking to the seller that I got this from to purchase a Chen Don't Mess Up My Tempo PC, but they didn't respond to me in time, and I ended up purchasing it from a different seller. And by the time they responded, I felt kind of bad telling them that I didn't need a PC from them anymore. So then I just looked through the PCs that they had, and I picked this one from Schumann. And actually Schumann is my second bias after Chanyeol, so I thought it was a really cute PC and I decided to get it. Since I had never pulled from every album that I've had, I have never pulled a Chanyeol. Well, I hadn't pulled a Chanyeol up until Christmas when I pulled him in my 1 billion views album. But before that, I had never pulled a Chanyeol and I had never pulled a Schumann, and they're my first and second biases. So I decided to just buy his PC just so that I could have at least one of his, but hopefully I'll have better Schumann luck later on. But yeah, these are all empty because I don't have any of these albums. Next up is Superm, which I did get into Superm because of Kai and Baekhyun. But I have grown to love like the group as a whole. I know technically this album had 7 versions, but I didn't get the limited edition versions. I only got like the regular versions. The limited edition, the only thing that was different was that like this picture right here was on the cover, which is pretty cute, but I just did not feel the need to get all 7 versions. I don't really know the version names, but I'll just say that that's the orange version. And then I do also have the green version. And I purchased these two from Walmart, and they were honestly pretty banged up from like shipping, or I don't know from what, but they definitely have like a few dents in them. But yeah, and then I do also have all of the unit albums. So this is the Taeyeon, Mark, and Lucas unit. And the unit albums I got from Target when Target was having that buy two get one free album. And then I have Kai and Ten's unit. These all pretty much look the same other than the cover, so I don't know why I'm showing them. But yeah, and lastly I do have Taeyeon and Taeyeon's version. I really see, this one was a bit banged up too, and I'm gonna be honest, I did that and I almost cried. I accidentally sliced it with my scissors. But yeah, this was a really good album. My favorite song on the album is Wish You Were Here, but I really love One as well as Dangerous Woman, and I also really like Drip. I just think it's like, it reminds me of Mark trying to explain what the song is about without really saying what it's about. And I really love Better Days for like when I'm not having a good day. That's honestly such a good song to listen to. But yeah, this is my Superm collection. It's very likely that this setup will change eventually, but this is just how I have it for now. So this is the Universe PC that I got with my Universe album, and it's super cute. He's such a cutie. This is my Don't Mess Up My Tempo page. So I do have the Allegro, Moderato, and Andante version, I believe. I'm not sure if that's the version of each card, but I know that they are in the correct order. And then this is the Vivace version. So this is the first from the first copy that I pulled, and that's from the second copy. And then this is the Chen PC that I purchased, and I did it just to fill up the 6 spots, just so it could be all Don't Mess Up My Tempo. And yeah, that's the reason why I ended up purchasing Chen. So Chen is like my second bias as well. I would say that, and Schumann and Chen kind of share that second bias spot. Mainly more Schumann than Chen, but yeah, so basically, like whenever I want to fill up spots, my go-tos would be either of the 3 of them, preferably Chanyeol, but whichever of the 3 I can find for a good price, which is usually not Chanyeol because his PCs are so expensive. This one, since Love Shot only has 2 versions, I knew that I wanted a third Love Shot PC to fill the page as well, and to fill like the 9 pocket page. And I knew that I wanted this specific PC because it's like one of my favorite PCs of his. It's just so cute, and I went ahead and bought it because I found it for a really good price from a seller on Twitter. It was only $7, and I had only seen this PC for like 20 up, and so I bought it. And I also did it just because I knew that I wasn't going to pull him in any of these, just because I never pull him. So I just decided to purchase that, knowing that I don't have much Chanyeol luck when it comes to pulling him. And so yeah, I ended up purchasing it. Then this is my Obsession page. So this is my first ever photo card that I pulled. It was Baekhyun's XXO. This is Kai's EXO version, and this is Chen's Obsession version. This right here is a Chen freebie that I got from either a trade or purchase that I made, and this Infinite card was actually included in the listing that I purchased with my XOXO, my Chen and Lei XOXO photo cards, and the Mama and XOXO albums. I don't know if they accidentally included this, like the listing had nothing to do with Infinite. And I only know one member from Infinite, and that is L, and I only know him because of Angel's Last Mission. So I don't really listen to Infinite, and yeah, I'm not sure why they included this, but it's a cute PC, so I do have it in my binder for now. But I do feel bad like hoarding this card because it is an official PC. I feel bad hoarding it if there's like any Infinite fans out there that need it. So if anyone is interested in this card, let me know. If not, I will keep holding on to it until I figure out what to do with it, because I really don't know much about trading or selling Infinite PCs. Then this is the start of my Cbx albums. I have no Cbx albums yet, unfortunately, but I do have my other inclusions from Obsession. So this is the Seon's postcard from the Obsession version, Chen's photo slide from XXO version, and Suho's photo slide from the not Obsession, EXO version. Then this is the continuation of Cbx, and then I have XOSC, which that is another freebie that I got either from a trade or a purchase. This is my first and only channel pull from the Parkview version from 1 billion views, and this is my pull from Ocean View version of 1 billion views. These are both such cute photo cards. I really love Sehun's eyebrows. He just has like the best eyebrows. And then these are the, I don't know what these are. What are they like? I don't know, just like message cards from 1 billion views. I have Sehun's version and I have Chanyeol's version, and I am just missing Paradise version, which has a little message from both of them. And then this is Chen's page. Well, the top is still SC, but then this starts Chen's page. So this is my pull from the flower version of April in a Flower, and this is my pull from the Dear version of Dear My Dear. These are both such cute PCs. Like, I love Chen's PCs. They're one of my favorites. Like, his face, like the face that he puts in his signature, it's just so cute. Also, this PC is the one that I really wanted to get from Dear My Dear because it's like my favorite. It's so cute with the flowers, and the backs of them are super pretty. And this is the bookmark that comes with the April and a Flower album, and the back of it is also pretty, and since it sticks out a little bit on top, I do have the top half in a sleeve. And then this is Baekhyun's stuff. So what I did here was, since the inclusions are random throughout all the versions, I put the card in the spot of the album that I pulled it from, not of the album version that it's from, if that makes any sense. Because like this one, I pulled it in my, I actually pulled this in the cinnamon version, but it's actually the mint version card. But yeah, I ended up putting it in the cinnamon version just because that's the album that I pulled it from. I do also have the bottom set up for his Japanese album that's coming out later this month. I joined a group order for Whippin' and Stars and Get You. I know I wrote Get You Over. It's Get You Alone. I wrote these like when it was first announced, and I like back in, when was this announced? Like back in November. And I clearly didn't realize that I put Get You Over instead of Get You Alone. But yeah, I do plan to get You Alone later on. I don't have a spot set up for the other three, which are Drown, Addicted, and Disappeared, I believe. I don't have a spot for those yet, just because I will probably like be slower at getting those, just because this album did have 6 versions, which is crazy to me. I will be just purchasing those later on, not a priority, since I do have the 2 that I really wanted, which is Whippin' and Stars. I did purchase those through a group order, and I do also have like the message card that came with my cinnamon version. I wanted to like put it in here open, but it didn't fit, so just like that for now. Then we move on to Suho's page. I do have Kai's stuff right here, but these are my pulls from Archive 1. So this is like the photo card that he took for this for self-portrait, and then this is his throwback for self-portrait. I really like the back of this one, how it's holographic, but then I do have it set up for the Kino and for Archive 2, as well as I have Kai's stuff here. I also made these like back when they announced the album, but they gave us like no other details other than there was going to be 4 versions. So I just have flipbook version and then version 1 through 3, because that was before we knew it was X, Y, and Z. But I did join a group order for these 4, and they're finally on their way to me. I should be getting them later this week, but it just took forever because, one, it was like a fan sign group order, so they didn't purchase the albums until the fan sign was announced, which was a few days after the album release. And also, like, these albums were just so understocked that like a lot of people who purchased from like a store directly themselves, not through a group order. Like their albums haven't even been shipped yet, just because like I don't know what's going on with SM. But yeah, I do also know Kai did jewel case versions. I'm not really a big fan of jewel case versions, so I'm not worried about getting them. I could decide later on that I want to get them, but for right now it's not like a priority at all. And then these are, oh, this is an empty page. These are my pre-order benefits from Aladdin for their 2021 season's greetings. They are so pretty. I actually purchased the season's greeting from Aladdin because I wanted these specific holographic pre-order benefits. I just really love holographic cards, so yeah, and they are so cute. And so there's only 5 of them because it was just the 5 of them for this year's season's greetings. And then I do also have their press passes. Again, it's the 5 of theirs. And then these are the Don't Mess Up My Tempo postcards. I did dupe Suho. So if anyone is interested in trading this Suho for any other member except for Baekhyun, since I have his already, let me know. But yeah, these are in a single sleeve just because I don't have the right, like I kept ordering them from Amazon, the 2 pocket pages, and they kept sending me like the vertical 2 pocket pages instead of horizontal, but I purchased the right ones today, so hopefully I will have those soon. And these don't fit in the 4 pocket pages, which was a bummer. And then I have these freebies that I got from a seller that I purchased from on Mercari. I have them in here just for now because I didn't know where else to put them, but they were really cute, so I decided to put them in here. And then moving on to my Superm photo cards, I would say that this is the one that's the most complete. I just realized that I forgot to show you guys my Superm albums. So this collection is the one that was most complete just because I did end up purchasing 7 copies of the album, even though I only ended up keeping 5. I did purchase 7 copies of the album, and that is, since it has 7 members, it was like easier to collect all 7 members. I do know for the group cards there's 2 versions like in this and 2 versions in this outfit. I don't care to collect both versions, so I only did, like, I kept what I pulled. And for Baekhyun, I thankfully pulled this photo card because it's so cute, but it's also so expensive. But thankfully I did end up pulling it, so I didn't have to purchase it. Taeyeon, I pulled. Kai, I don't think I pulled, but I traded for him right away just because for Superm, Kai and Baekhyun are my priorities. Taeyeon, he was the last one that I got just because I didn't realize how expensive Taeyeon is, like how hard it is to trade for him and stuff. And so I kept seeing this PC for like $15+ and I really don't like buying a PC for more than $10, and especially not for more than what the album is worth. So I just kept waiting, and luckily I ended up finding his PC from a seller on Twitter for literally $5 with shipping. Like, I was so glad that I waited and didn't like get impatient and buy it from like Mercari for like $20. But yeah, so his was the last one that I got, but thankfully I have it now because it completed my collection. 10, I pulled Lucas. I traded for because I had I duped Mark, and Mark is actually really easy to trade for. Like, everybody wants Mark, so I traded him for Lucas. And then Mark I pulled, and then yeah, the group cards. And I just really like how the page looks complete, and I like all of like how the backs look. And then I do have the 3 unit cards as well as their IDs. I'm not going to collect all of the IDs. I'm just going to get 1 per member. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do here because I'm still missing Lucas and Taeyeon. Like, I kind of am not prioritizing getting that just because my priority was Baekhyun and Kai, and I already have them. Taemin I pulled, 10 I pulled, and Mark I pulled. For this one, I just know that if I get both of them, I'm going to have to split up the page, and I'm really like not wanting to do that yet. So I'm just going to leave it how it is for now. Like, if I happen to come upon their ID cards and they're not expensive, I would get them, but for now it's not a priority. And then these are the postcards that I pulled. So Baekhyun and Kai's, Taeyeon and Ten's. I did pull a dupe for Taeyeon and I ended up selling him away. And mark, and then I pulled their really cute group postcard. I think this one is so much cuter than the vertical one, so I'm really happy to have that. And then I do have Astro, which I again don't have much for yet since I don't have any of the albums, but these are my pulls from Dream Part 1, the day version. Uno, which Uno is actually my bias and Astro, and he's actually the one who got me into K-pop, because I watched Rookie Historian and I was like, who is this man? He is so freaking handsome. And so I like started watching more videos of his, and then I found Astro, and Astro was the first K-pop group I ever listened to. And then after Astro I found Exo, and Exo just kind of like completely took over my heart. But Astro are still my boys and I love them so freaking much. And yeah, so it's this man's fault that I am into K-pop and spending so much money, but it's okay because I love them. So yeah, this from Dream Part 1. I also pulled Benny from Dream Part 1 and MJ's Transparent card from Dream Part 1. And the seller on Instagram did include an all light photo card, so I got Jinjin's. And I think Astro has like some of the most aesthetic background photo card backs. Like, they're so pretty. And then other than that, I just have this postcard from Dream Part 1 and this thing. It's not a sticker, I'm really not sure what it is though, but it also came in Dream Part 1. And then yeah, that's all for my photo cards. I do have some inclusions here that don't fit in the binder since I don't have the 2 pockets, and I'm just keeping them in like this plastic thing from Baekhyun's Divide album. But I'm gonna quickly go through these since hopefully they'll be in my binder soon. But this is Suho's postcards from Self-Portrait Archive 1. They're super pretty. This is Chen's message letter thing from Dear My Dear. Super pretty. He's so handsome, especially when he has this permed curly hair. And then these are the 2 Baekhyun postcards I have from Delight. So this is from the Chemistry version and this is from the Mint version. And then I do have the postcards from 1 Billion Views. This is from Park View version and this is from Ocean View version. And I do have Suho's like postcard, bigger postcard from Self-Portrait Archive 1. So yeah, you guys, that was my K-pop collection as of January 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. I think I will be filming my Kai album unboxings as soon as I get them. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.